An Hrm Information Guide. Chapter 1. Articles at hr-guide.com. HRM articles at quicksprout.com. quicksprout.com/human-resources. quicksprout.com/best-hr-software. quicksprout.com/best-online-payroll-services. quicksprout.com/best-PEO-service-providers. quicksprout.com/best-time-attendance-systems. quicksprout.com/best-recruiting-software. quicksprout.com/best-applicant-tracking-software. quicksprout.com/best-background-check-companies. quicksprout.com/best-HR-outsourcing. Articles at hr-guide.com. On the home page, there are links to HR articles in these topics. Human resources. Webinars/webcasts and web resources. HR conferences. Consultants. Associations. Intranets. Software. News articles. Telework/telecommute. Performance appraisal. Outsourcing. Social media. Human capital management. Selection/staffing overview. Methods. Interviewing applicants. 2000 interview questions. Personality tests. Biographical inventory. Cognitive ability tests. Physical abilities. Work sample tests. Assessment centers. Hiring and employee selection. Background checking. Employee referral programs. Recruiters. Executive search. Diversity. Applicant tracking. Recruitment process outsourcing. HR training/job opportunity pages. Online career resources. Job analysis and descriptions. Employee testing/selection. Drug screening resources. Compensation. Consultants. Salary surveys. Software. Relocation services. Variable pay. Employee recognition/incentives. Incentive plans. Merit pay. Gain sharing. Profit sharing. Stock options. ESOP. Job evaluation. Ranking. Classification. Factor comparison. Point method. Job analysis, job-analysis.net. Overview of JA. Interview method. Observation method. Online forms. Court cases. Federal guidelines. Legal standards. RFPs. Content. Online descriptions. Classification systems. Action verbs. Interviewing tips. Create a PDQ. Training and development. Consultants/resources. Org development. Needs analysis. Software. HR models and theories. Career resources. Employee orientation. BPM. Law/legal. Courts and court cases. Litigation and lawyers. Arbitration and mediation. Laws, statutes, regulations. FMLA. Government links. Disability resources. Age discrimination. Sexual harassment. Affirmative action. Legal resources. ADA. Accommodation websites. HIPAA. Checklist for a harassment-free workplace. Sample workplace harassment policy. Benefits. Benefit vendors. Regulations. Surveys. Software. Consultants. Employee/HR communications. Employee behavior problems. Sexual harassment training. Drug and alcohol. Outplacement services. Termination and dismissal. Workplace violence. Performance appraisal. Systems/vendors. company websites, supervisor guides, online forms, software, surveys, opinion/climate, 360 degrees feedback, training needs assessment, salary survey, HRIS/HRMS, software, vendors/consultants, implementation, online documents, policies/regulations, employee handbooks, faculty handbooks, job descriptions, miscellaneous documents, labor, employee relations, labor relations, unions, unemployment comp, workers' comp, state HR labor resources, FLSA, process of organizing, resolving disputes, EEO, homepage, disparate treatment, disparate impact, harassment, protected classes, disparate impact analysis, statistical analysis consultants/software, IO psychology, industrial/organizational psych, education programs, undergraduate, human resources, graduate, human resources, industrial and labor relations, MBA, executive MBA, industrial/organizational psych, safety, workplace safety videos, workplace wellness and safety, OSHA, risk management, EAP programs, test info, online, pre-employment tests, memory tests, vocabulary tests, cognitive ability tests, information processing tests, personality tests I, personality tests 2, Chapter 2, HRM info from hr-guide.com 1. Disability in the workplace articles at hr-guide.com/law/disability_workplace.htm. HR's role in managing disability in the workplace. digitalcommons.ilr.cornell.edu/edicollect/119. This article describes the role of employers, management, and especially the HR professional in minimizing disability discrimination, identity and disability in the workplace. digitalcommons.ilr.cornell.edu/edicollect/125. The purpose of this article is to examine and discuss factors within the workplace that may affect the ability of individuals with disabilities to access and retain employment. National Business and Disability Council. viscardycenter.org/NBDC. The NBDC is the leading resource for employers seeking to integrate people with disabilities into the workplace and companies seeking to reach them in the consumer marketplace. NSIP National Service Inclusion Project. serviceandinclusion.org. The National Service Inclusion Project NSIP is a corporation for National and Community Service CNCS training and technical assistance provider. Through comprehensive training, technical assistance, and product dissemination, NSIP strives to ensure meaningful service experiences for all Americans, regardless of their abilities. Online Human Resources Guide to Hiring and Employing the Disabled. onlinehumanresources.net/HR-ADA-overview. HR professionals' resource to hiring and employing the disabled in accordance with ADA regulations. National Workers' Compensation and Disability Conference Registered Trademark and Expo. wcconference.com. What is Section 504? rightslaw.com/info/sec504.index.htm. Workplace adjustments for people with a disability. jobaccess.gov.au. Job accommodation websites at hr-guide.com/law/job_accommodations.htm. AskJan.org. Jan is not a job placement service, but an international toll-free consulting service that provides information about job accommodations and the employability of people with disabilities. dol.gov/general/topic/disability/job accommodations. e-speaking.com if you are looking for a fast, simple, and easy software solution to enable you to control your computer, you have come to the right place. Chapter 3. Hrm Info from hr-guide.com to Employment Law websites at hr-guide.com/law_employment_law_resources.htm. bamboohr.com. Legal resources/employment law. Arent Fox. arentfox.com/practices-industries/labor-employment. With offices in Washington, D.C., New York, and Los Angeles, Arent Fox has 26 practice groups, including litigation, corporate, finance, bankruptcy and financial restructuring, government relations, healthcare, and international. Baker, Braverman, and Barbadoro PC. bbb-lawfirm.com/employment-lawyers. Baker, Braverman, and Barbadoro PC is a dynamic multi-service law firm throughout the South Shore and Metro Boston. Bakersfield Work Attorney. BakersfieldLaborAttorney.com. Brannigan Robertson, Employment Attorney. BRobertsonLaw.com. The Law Offices of Brett E. Bloomstein, PC. Federal Esquire. FederalSquire.com. Business Management Daily. businessmanagementdaily.com/human-resources #. Click Solicitors. clicksolicitors.co.uk. Adam J. Conti, LLC. ContiLaw.com. Cubism Law, Solicitors in London. cubismlaw.com/employment-law-business. Cubism Law is a London-based law firm. We are a company of over 30 solicitors and lawyers in London servicing a range of corporate, commercial and private clients. DFR Solicitors. dfrsolicitors.co.uk/site/employment-law-solicitors. DFR Solicitors offer employment law services including unfair dismissal, contractual dismissal and redundancies, document employment records, employee rights. mypersonnelfile.com. Dutton, Toronto Employment Lawyer. duttonlaw.ca. LDirect Ltd. ldirect.co.uk. Employers Legal Defence Institute. ld.legal/whatwedo/employment agreements and related disputes. Litigation. The Employers Legal Defence Institute was created to help protect employers from employee lawsuits. Employment Law and Health and Safety AZ Advice Guide. PeninsulaGroupLimited.com/guides. The AZ Advice Guide provides impartial information on a wide range of subjects to do with HR, employment law, and health and safety. Employment Law Center. nalo.com/legal-encyclopedia/HR-employment-law. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. EEOC.gov. Information on laws enforced by the EEOC, fact sheets, and related information. E-laws. webapps.dol.gov/e-laws. Developed by the U.S. Department of Labor to assist the human resource community understand and comply with workplace employment laws. Employee Rights Guide. EmployeeRIGHTSguide.com. Employment Law Alliance. EmploymentLawAlliance.com. The Employment Law Alliance offers the most comprehensive and cost-effective way for multi-state and multinational companies to ensure legal compliance around the globe. Employment Law Information Network. elinfonet.com/employment-law. The Employment Law Information Network (ELIN) is a no-charge legal resource website that is designed for employment lawyers, in-house employment counsel and human resource professionals. Envoy Global Inc. EnvoyGlobal.com. Envoy streamlines the immigration process for corporations and their foreign employees, saving companies time and money while providing high-quality legal services and cutting-edge technology. Eric M. Bernstein and Associates, LLC emblaw.com/practice_labor.htm. Our law firm ensures your legal rights and responsibilities are covered in the area of labor and employment law so you can concentrate on doing your job and helping your employees get down to theirs. Law Office of Eugene K. Hollander, Eugene K. HollanderLaw.com/practice-areas/Chicago-employment-law-attorneys. The Law Office of Eugene K. Find Law's Labor Law Subject Index corporate.findlaw.com/human-resources. Find Law's Labor Law Subject Index. Fred Erickson and Byron, PA. FredLaw.com Minneapolis, MN Free Advice. employment-law.freeadvice.com/employment-law. Gannon's Solicitors. Gannons.co.uk. Gannons is a niche commercial practice which advises both employers and employees. Gray Law Employment Law Attorneys. GrayLawEmployment.com. Los Angeles employment law firm serving Los Angeles for over 20 years. The Legal Services Center of Harvard Law School. law.harvard.edu/academics/clinical/LSC. The Legal Services Center of Harvard Law School originated in 1979 with a commitment to combine education and service in the study of law. hg.org. hg.org/employ.html. Legal Directory for Employment Law, Guide to Labor Law. HR Direct Labor Law Posters. PosterTracker.com. We offer always updated labor law posters as well as other human resource related solutions. IBB Solicitors. ibblaw.co.uk/service/employment. At IBB Solicitors, we take a proactive approach to workplace problems, helping employers find the best possible outcome for their employment issues. iLawyer.com. iLawyer.com. We help you find a qualified lawyer, insured, interested, and pre-screened for suitability and experience, for your legal matter. lawlogix.com/blog/?type $electronic %20I-9 late breaking I-9 and E-Verify News plus I-9 compliance best practices from respected experts in the field. Institute for Applied Management and Law, Inc. IML.com. The Institute for Applied Management and Law, Inc. Jason L. Gunter, PA. FLORIDA-EMPLOYMENT-lawslash-employment-law/employment-law-for businesses/employment law for businesses overview. Gunter firm handles the full range of employment and labor issues, such as wage and hours laws, discrimination, and contacts. Law firm of J.W. Stafford, LLC. StaffordTrialTeam.com/Maryland-employment-lawyer at the law firm of J.W. Labor Law Center. LaborLawCenter.com. Up-to-date labor law posters that meet all state, OSHA, and federal labor law posting requirements. LaborLawWCC.com. Labor Law Compliance Center offers federal, state-specific, combination state and federal labor posters and specialty and safety posters. LaborLawPosterSUSA.com. Federal and state labor law posters. LawMemo.com. Newest employment law cases, summaries, and links to full-text. LawyerLocate.ca. LawyerLocate.ca/Canadian/employment directory and legal referral service for labor and employment lawyers, attorneys, and law firms in Canada. Lawyers for Employee and Consumer Rights.com. At Lawyers for Employee and Consumer Rights, our attorneys only represent employees. Lectric Law Library Law for Business Area. lectlaw.com/bus.html includes section on employer/employment issues. The Legal Aid Society Employment Law Center. LegalAid@work.org. Legal Information Institute. law.cornell.edu/wex/table_labor from Cornell University. Legal Resources. aplegal.com. From Greenberg and Lieberman Legal Updates. mofo.com/resources from Morrison & Foerster LLP. Madia Law LLC. Mahdialaw.com/practice-areas/employment-law. Mahdia Law is a nationally recognized boutique litigation firm where you will find highly qualified and experienced trial lawyers. 7sage.com/free-lsat-prep-tools free LSAT practice exams as well as other great study resources. Shajarian and Associates. AmericaVisaLaw.com. We help companies and their employees with business immigration matters. CaliforniaLegalAdvocates.com. Employment and business law attorneys serving Southern California, Los Angeles, and Orange counties. DOL.gov/OMS/regs/compliance/mission_and_purpose.htm. DOL office that administers, which primarily establishes standards for labor union democracy and financial integrity and requires reporting and public disclosure of union reports. lrus.wolterskluwer.com. Wolters Kluwer Law and Business is a leading global provider of intelligent solutions for legal and business professionals. Martindale.com. Legal services and resources. Miller Law Group. MillerLawGroup.com. A place where HR professionals and employers can go to find answers regarding all their legal employment issues. MizrahiLaw.com. Yale-educated Pasadena employment lawyer Ramit Mizrahi helps workers fight discrimination, harassment, retaliation, and wrongful termination. Nella.org provides assistance and support to lawyers in protecting the rights of employees. Nelli.org. NELI is a non-profit continuing legal education organization that conducts employment law seminars, teleconferences, and webinars as a means of providing continuing legal education for employment and labor attorneys and continuing professional education CEU/CPE for human resource and other professionals in the field. NELP.org. The National Employment Law Project NELP works to restore the promise of economic opportunity in the 21st century economy. NRTW.org operates solely through the generous support of concerned Americans dedicated to the protection of all employees from abuses of compulsory unionism. ODunpaidWages.com. The Wage Authority Group is dedicated to educating U.S. Peninsula Group Limited.com. Leading provider of HR, employment law, and health and safety services in the UK. PosterCompliance.com. Labor law posters service provider. Poster Compliance Center helps organizations of all sizes stay in compliance with federal and state labor law posting requirements. RigginsLaw.com. Krista Riggins, founder of Riggins Law, is an employment lawyer in Los Angeles. SchaeferHalleen.com. The Minneapolis law firm of Schaefer Halleen focuses on the protection of individual rights through the resolution of employment law claims. We give a voice to victims of workplace misconduct. SCMClaw.com. The law firm of Stevens and McMillan was founded in 2001 as a prominent California employment litigation law firm that exclusively represents California employees in the counties of Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Los Angeles against their employers regarding various violations of employee rights and working condition requirements under the California Labor Code. Shajarianlaw.com. Shajarian and Associates is a Los Angeles-based employment law firm that fights for the rights of those mistreated in the workplace. ThomasMansfield.com. Thomas Mansfield Solicitors is an award-winning firm of employment law consultants based in the United Kingdom. Top employment attorneys. TJWorkplaceLaw.com. A specialized law firm in Calgary, Alberta that practices in the area of employment and labor law for employees and employers, including cases that involve matters such as wrongful dismissal and employee rights. TopEmploymentAttorneys.com. Only our top labor and employment lawyers in Los Angeles, CA are able to aptly anticipate impending labor and employment law problems and give the best legal advice to resolve employment problems. Venable.com. As one of the American Lawyers' top 100 law firms, Venable LLP has lawyers practicing in all areas of corporate and business law, complex litigation, intellectual property, and government affairs. Venable.com/nep/neplist.aspx $? Services = 37537E9-AA63-439E-49FE6D69B404 Visaserve.com. Visaserve.com. We are a corporate and business immigration law firm with offices in New York City and Northern New Jersey. Government HRM websites at hr-guide.com/law/government_links.htm dol.gov/agencies/ILB Bureau of Labor Statistics. stats.bls.gov business.gov. usa.gov/business The official business link to the U.S. government e-laws. webapps.dol.gov/e-laws developed by DOL to assist the human resource community understand and comply with workplace employment laws. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. EEOC.gov Information on laws enforced by the EEOC, fact sheets, and related information. Federal Soup. federalzooup.com/home.aspx News and resources for federal and postal employees. State EEO websites. hr-guide.com/data/g07901.htm EEO websites maintained by each state. Fair Labor Standards Act. compliance.gov/act/under-CAA/fair-labor-standards Government Compliance Link. Family and Medical Leave Act. dol.gov/WHD/FMLA from dol.gov Family and Medical Leave Act Advisor. webapps.dol.gov/elaws/FMLA.htm from DOL's e-laws service. Family Medical Leave Act. law.cornell.edu/search/site/family+sign medical+sign leave+sign act?f left bracket 0 right bracket =bundle %3 #node and query equals family plus medical plus leave plus act court cases listed at Cornell Law Library. Federal Judicial Center. fjc.gov Federal Courts Agency for Research and Continuing Education. GSA Office of Equal Employment Opportunity. gsa.gov/about-us/organization/office-of-civil-rights/equal-employment opportunity. Internal Revenue Service. irs.gov includes downloadable tax forms. Occupational Employment Statistics FAQ. stats.bls.gov/OES Occupational Outlook Handbook. bls.gov/OOH from Bureau of Labor Statistics. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. osha.gov/index.html OSHA Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs OFCP. dol.gov/OFCCPO*net Occupational Information Network. diolata.gov/programs/onet-o*net. onitonline.org Access Online. u.s. Office of Personnel Management Homepage. opm.gov National Association of State Workforce Agencies. naswa.org Driving the National Workforce Agenda National Labor Relations Board. nlrb.gov Homepage of agency created in 1935 to administer the National Labor Relations Act. Social Security Administration. ssa.gov includes online brochures and forms. U.S. Department of Commerce. commerce.gov. U.S. Small Business Administration. sba.gov. White House. whitehouse.gov. The Supreme Court. law.cornell.edu/Supreme Court/text/home Electronic Archive of Decisions. From Cornell University Law School. The Supreme Court. supremecourt.gov Analysis of recent decisions and biography of justices. U.S. Appeals Court. uscourts.gov/about-federal-courts/types-cases/appeals includes decisions and map of circuit court jurisdictions. Congressional email addresses. house.gov/representative/find-your-representative. House activities. MajorityWhip.gov up-to-minute record of what's taking place on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives. Legislative information on the Internet. Congress.gov. Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. dol.gov/oasam/programs/OSD Bulletin U.S. Labor Department. U.S. Labor Department includes Bureau of Labor Statistics. dol.gov U.S. Labor Department Bureau of International Labor Affairs. dol.gov/agencies/ILAB-US Labor Department Employment Standards Administration dol.gov/general/about-dole/history/Carter-ESA U.S. Labor Department Office of Administrative Law Judges olj.dol.gov U.S. Department of Labor, Employee Benefits dol.gov/agencies/EBSs/temporary-postings/information-page Bureau of Labor Statistics BLS bls.gov Dictionary of Occupational Titles governmentusa.com/dot NTIS National Technical Information Service ntis.gov U.S. Census Bureau homepage census.gov Age discrimination websites at hr-guide.com/law/agediscrimination.htm bamboohr.com Age Discrimination ADEA Legal Guide hr-guide.com/data/a07301.htm Age Discrimination discriminationattorney.com/age-discrimination.html From the Law Offices of David H. Greenberg Age Discrimination in Employment Act dol.gov/general/topic/discrimination/age-disc Age Discrimination in Employment Act compliance.gov/search/site/age %20 discrimination %20 in %20 EMP Employment %20 Act Government Compliance Manual Age Discrimination Act of 1975 in Education Programs ed.gov/policy/rights/guid/ocr/age overview.html Age Discrimination Fact Sheet hhs.gov/civil-rights/for-individuals/age-discrimination/index.html law.cornell.edu/search/site/age+sign discrimination+sign claims+sign assistance+sign Act F0 = bundle %3 _node and only syllabi and query = age plus discriminate ion plus claims plus assistance plus act and scope = only syllabi Age Discrimination in Employment Act law.cornell.edu/search/site/age +sign discrimination +sign employment +sign ACT F0 = bundle %3 _node and only syllabi and query = age plus discrimination plus in plus employment plus act and scope = only syllabi AgeRights.com Information on federal law issues concerning age discrimination in the workplace, from Memphis law firm Crone & Mason. Workplacefairness.org/age-discrimination Workplace Fairness is a non-profit organization helping to preserve and promote employee rights.